Hello, my butterflies. Welcome back to Queen TT Loves. Before I get started, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And then check the bell next to the subscribe button so you can get all your notifications when I upload my videos. So today's video is going to be, as promised, a dedication to my beautiful cousin, Chanel. Today is actually her birthday. I'm recording this late. This week totally was busy. But I always keep my word. So even if it is 11:59, I still kept my word. Although I didn't put it out when I was supposed to. So I apologize. Please forgive TT. And don't forget to subscribe to her page. I am going to put her link below so you can journey with her as she shares her walk through her cancer treatment and all that beautiful stuff. So before everything, I just wanted to say, hooch how we made it to the weekend. I am so elated. Busy weekend, but happy weekend because it's almost the start of Aquarius season. Super excited. So I am going to do my eyebrows and then I am going to come back and we are going to get started. We're going to do a beautiful yellow smoky eye. Now we know in every video I tell y'all what I'm going to do and then it might turn out to be something different. Just roll with me. TT's learning. In my head, it's going to be a wonderful yellow smoky eye. If it turns into a fuzzy cat, just say, TT, I love that fuzzy cat. I love my butterflies. So I will be right back. Hey, I'm back. So let me tell you what I did different this time. I have a small area to work with on my eyes. Well, I think it's small compared to what I see other people working with. Looks like a whole blank canvas, but I feel like I have small eyelids and they are hooded eyelids. So this time I took where I added more to the end of my eyebrows. I did the outside instead of the inside when I added more. That way I could have more area to work with. That way I can have more area to work with. So let's go ahead and get started. So today's episode is for Miss Chanel. And so what it is going to be on the topic of is dealing with a chronic illness or supporting someone who has a chronic illness, right? So when I found out that my cousin was sick, of course, the first thing that you want to do is be there to support, right? But what I need people to understand is that support, and I am using Crayon case 28, the same one I used last time with that yellow, to see if, you know, we can get the most out of the color. So, it doesn't necessarily look the way you want it to, right? So what do I mean by that? It means that dealing with a chronic illness is very different than, you know, having a surgery and you just need to heal from it, or a cold or something like that. When people experience things that are traumatic, like cancer, and you are really trying to deal with it and stay healthy and kind of process everything that is going on, it is not going to usually be the time when you want people to visit and to be around you and things like that. Some people need to, and mostly alpha women and alpha men, you need to process it kind of on your own. And no, that doesn't mean that you're going to be all alone. What it means is you're going to select maybe 2 or 3, maybe 10, whatever you want your number to look like. It is going to be that amount of people that you want to be around, and to just be there and support you in whatever way that you need to be supported. It doesn't mean that those people that you select are more important, that you love them anymore, anything like that. It's just what that person needs when they are going through, and it's their particular level of comfort, right? So naturally, most people need their mom and their dad first, possibly their siblings. And I say possibly because, child, if you got siblings, you know some of them could be like, woo. And then if you are trying not to be emotional, you don't want really emotional people around you and things like that. So when I heard that Chanel was sick, first, I didn't say anything until it was told to me. That is important as well. If a person wants to share what they're going through, then they will share it. Now, obviously, when you're in a family or something like that, then the information is shared sometimes. Generally, I find out everything. Somebody always calls and tells me something because they need to get it off their chest and talk about it. And they know I literally will not repeat it because I understand a lot of situations that people are going through, especially because of my HR background and then because of things that I have been through as well. So the caveat is, or the most important part of that is people need to go through those times the way that they need to go through it. And until they tell you, you kind of shouldn't say anything, because here's the thing, right? So let me give you an example. If somebody just found out something that's not so good news, like, they have to process it, right? So what if you find out and you call them, because now we have cell phones, and they're having a really good day. They're at the store shopping or something like that, and now you just called them all upset or crying or putting them back in that space, reminding them that something is going on. So now they have to leave the store, or it has changed their day because they were in a different headspace and they didn't want to talk about it at that moment, right? So that's why, the main reason why you should not talk about things until they're ready to talk about it. Because truly, the person going through a situation, it's not about you. So yes, it's about you in the sense that you love that person. You want to see if they're okay. You want them to know you support them. You're rallying around them. All those good and positive things is coming from a good place. The problem is timing. So you don't know what is going on or what they are doing or what type of day that they are having. So it's just best to wait for those times when they want to talk to you, right? So even after I was told that Chanel, I was about to say Michelle, I just had dinner with my other cousin, Michelle. The girls took me out to dinner on my board for my upcoming birthday. So they took me out. They got in first. Thank you, girl. So even when I found out, I still, sorry guys, y'all know I do this every time. I'm gonna try this one. I wanted to be there. So something was even shared with me on a particular day that she was going in to have a treatment, right? So naturally, I said, well, let me know when she gets there, you know, room number, all the details, so I can come and support her. Now, also, when I go and support people, I try to make them laugh. I talk about other things like that. I don't walk in like, oh my gosh, guys, that is a sure way to get somebody to cry. Like, treat them normal. Treat people normal, so that's the way that you have to support them. And if they start crying or something like that, then you be there for them. But you should go in like it's normal, like a normal visit. Because what you want most when you are, excuse me, going through something is you want to feel normal. I'm going to use the matte book for this look. Let me move these remotes. Okay, they want to be treated normal. So my aunt told me they were going in. I'm like, okay, tell me when she's ready, you know, blah, blah. I didn't hear back from them. I didn't say anything. I was like, you know, if my auntie needs me, she knows I'm there. If my cousin needs me, she knows I'm there. You know, it's whatever they need, right? And also, I do things like, if you need me to wash dishes, if you need me to run your errands, if you need me to clean the house, like whatever you need from me, that's how I'm gonna be there. And that's what's important to me, is helping where they need me to help. So she didn't reach back out. I'm okay with that. So then when I saw Chanel's first video, and she's like, I'm going to use this small brush to pack on the color for the smoky eye. I saw her first video and she was explaining. So let's see here. Y'all know I got to get my pictures in there. I'm going to use the dark brown, possibly a tan, and then move into a yellow and see how that works. I'm trying to get my color combinations and get the whole artistry down. Okay, so one of the things that Chanel pointed out first, that really hit home for me, okay, I prime, I go, is that, you know, there may have been people that took it a little personal when she didn't want a visit, or she pulled away or something like that. And it's okay. Even as the ones that are injured or going through something, we have to kind of, although you would think, you know, that is not the time for you to be thinking about everybody else, you kind of do, just a little bit. That way you don't take things personal when they get upset because they just want to be there for you and you don't want to see anyone, but they might see, you know, one aunt there but not the other one, something like that. But that's something that she experienced, and I can relate so much, because when and this is in no relation, not as big a deal as what my cousin went through by any means, but what I will say is that initially when I found out about my back, I didn't think that I was going to be able to walk again. I didn't think I was going to walk down the aisle for my wedding. It was that bad. I could not even stand or walk for more than 5 minutes at a time. So it got that bad. So I understand what the scariness of your life changing and you don't know what's going on is like. That's all I'm saying. So, anywho, she went through that stage, which is very common. But when you are alpha woman, what happens is all you're thinking is you have lost control. Shoot, that went up too high. All you're thinking is that you have lost control, right? So all you're like trying to think, okay, the first things you think is, I'm never going to be able to do this again. I'm never going to be able to do that again. You're literally having your life flash before your eyes, and you're trying to process it all. So in the midst of that, you kind of want what is familiar to stay around you, who you are most comfortable with, who you know that, you know, if you break down in front of this person, that it won't make you feel any worse. You won't feel like you are weak or something like that. And so that's kind of generally how an alpha personality will shut down. They will only want certain people around them. And it's not an insult to anybody else. It's just what they need. And so if you are aware that somebody that you know is going through a chronic illness or anything like that, my first rule is throughout the whole thing is don't take it personal. Just be there. Okay? Don't take it personal. If that person lashes out on you, if that person says, you know, I don't want you to help me, or just leave me alone, or just, I want everybody to get out. I want everybody to get out. Like, just say, okay, let me know if you need anything. You know, just don't take it personal. And what I mean by don't take it personal is I'm not telling you not to feel, because to some degree you're going through it as well, especially with something like cancer or anything that will change a person's entire life. You're going through it with them as well because you love them and you don't like seeing them hurt, and you are just as scared and all of those things. So I'm not saying that that space doesn't exist. I'm saying just know that if you are one of the people called upon to be in this person's support system, know that you're probably going to get beat up a little bit. You're going to get beat up a little bit because that person is going to lash out because they are scared. It's only that they are scared. So if you want, it's good for you as a supporter to have a support system as well, because you are going to need to have somebody that you can reach out to and vent to. Now I'm taking the lighter brown and trying to smoke it out. You are going to need to have somebody that you can vent to as well, that will know the right things to say, that will make you feel better, and that will make you laugh, because as a support system, you need support. Okay, that's how it works. That's just how it works. You're going to need a support system as well. And so prepare yourself to need help as well. So you might need to, when they put you out, go into the car and cry a little bit and call and say, well, you know, I really wasn't having a good day either, and I got this at work and I got that at work, and I still drove all the way out here to see them, or I still took them to the doctor, or I still cooked for them, and this is how they treat me. And then the person that's the support of you is supposed to say, it's okay, you know they're sick, you know they're just dealing with it, it wasn't personal. That person, and it shouldn't be a level above that, that person is supposed to be the person that can calm you down and be your sounding board, and to keep you strong so that you could be strong on the front line. Kind of like a football team, right? The people on the front are the ones that's going to get hit the most, and then the ones after that. And boys, if I'm wrong about this whole football thing, don't come for me. The one in the front is probably has to have the biggest push, be the strongest, and then as you go back into the side, whatever, those are support roles, right? So you are going to need support as well, and it is nothing wrong with that. In fact, it would be a good idea to think from the beginning who can be your support system. I probably should start doing this. I probably should start doing that. I need to set this up a little bit. So let me move it out of the frame. Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. But I just feel like my makeup could be better, especially with the hooded eye, if I was looking up a little bit more. Oh, yeah. Okay. So that is number one. Don't take it personal. And especially don't take it personal if you are not one of the people that somebody chooses to be on the front end, because there are seasons. In the season of, you know, Chanel growing all of her hair back and going doing different excuse me, doing skincare regimens and things like that, because she is still staying in very high spirits, and just like a true January baby, honey, she is holding it together, okay? She got her little lip balm and still holding it together. And she has a son that she needs to be there for. So somebody with a kid that is her age may be the next type of person that she needs, because just like she needed help to rebuild and to get to a place where she's strong now and ready to share it with the world and be strong for somebody else, she's also going to have those people at the next level that she calls on. So as her friends, or as a person's friend who is dealing with a chronic illness, there's stages and levels where you need different type of people at every stage and every level. Just be prepared for yours when the person that is sick calls you, and don't take it out on them. Remember, don't take it personal. Don't be like, well, when I tried to be there, because it's not about you. If you love that person as much as you say you did when you wanted to be there, then you want to be there through any season where they need you, because your primary focus is them, right? Right. Okay. So that is number 1 for me. That's really important for me. Being there the way that they need you to be there. And then 1 dash, y'all know I got a 1 dash. 1 dash B is if you are the person that is a frontline person and helping them sort of deal with everything that is going on from the beginning, make sure that you have healthy outlets as well. Make sure that you have a good support system as well, because you are going to need it. This is going to be a bumpy ride. This is going to be something that you are not used to. And even if you know somebody that has had cancer or chronic illness before, every situation is different. Every season is different. Every day is different. Every situation is different, because the person you may know might not have been in their 20s. The person you know might not have had kids that they're thinking about, or been a backbone to a family and wondering how this will happen and that will happen. And, you know, they might not be as scared. Everybody's situation just looks different. And so your job as a support system is to be there. And be there in the way that they need you to be there. Keep them strong. Keep them strong, because you don't want them to stop fighting. And you don't want them wasting energy fighting the wrong things either. They should not be fighting you. Okay? They shouldn't be fighting you. If it is something where they're going a little bit too far, because I've seen people take things too far too. If it is a situation where they're taking it too far, then guess what? You take a step back, because you stepped into their world. So you take a step back. And then if they come to you and ask you, and they need you at one point, and they're like, well, where have you been? Then you can let them know, I needed a break because, you know, I understand everything you're going through, but it started to be too much for me. You know, I love you very much, and I'm dealing with it and trying to help, not trying to, and I'm dealing with it and supporting you through it. But I needed a break. I needed a break. And it's okay for you to take a break too. If you're a support person, it's okay for you to take a break, because, you know, you have things that you are processing as well. And so you might need a break. And that is okay. Okay? What else? Let me tell you what I admire about Chanel's fight in particular. There are certain things like, okay, she mentioned dating. Like dating. She has not focused on dating. She's really focused on being intentional with her time, learning her new self and what she's going through, and being good to and there for her son. And I think that that is awesome, because her son is really important, as well as the rest of her family, who, you know, wants her to stay strong and beat this thing and come back better. So she's focused on her health and doing different things in that area, and dating isn't one of them. Let me tell you why I'm proud of her for that. Because if she wanted to date, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But I think that she's one of those people that's kind of wise beyond her years. And that kind of makes people want to punch you in the face sometimes. Us January babies, I know we make people want to punch us in the face sometimes. Because we are just so, what we're strong at, we're strong at. When we make up our mind, that's it. Don't even try to deter us. If we have a goal or a vision set up, there's no need in even trying to change it. Just let us be. Let us live our best January baby life. That's just how we get down. And so she has decided that that's just something that's not important to her right now. And I can respect that. She's really focused on learning her new life and what she needs to be okay. And that is it for her right now. That's what she wants. And that's what she is sticking to. And I support that. I approve of that message. I do. Because guess what? At the end of all this, when she's all done with her treatments and things like that, she's going to be so strong in herself and so, you know, not angry or anything like that, because she's taking this time to see it as a positive, what she needed, slowing down, stuff like that. And so she is going to be ready for her king when it is time. And she's going to be really strong and really ready. And most of what she's done is decided, I have to do what's best for me and my son, what's going to keep me healthy, and I don't need the extra drama. I don't need all of that. So always do what is important for you if you're somebody dealing with an illness, and keep yourself strong, because a lot of these illnesses, and especially cancer, requires you to be really strong. You're about to have a fight. You're about to go into a full-on war. Why do you think people don't get deployed with their families? They get deployed by themselves because they have a war they're going to. They need to focus. They need to get in there and get a job done. They don't need drama. They don't need other people's opinions and all of that good stuff. They need to be on the battlefield, ready to go, right? So that's the same thing when you're dealing with an illness or a sickness. You don't need any extra things, and whatever you deem to be extra, you have to get rid of it. You just do, because it makes you not think as clearly. You begin to adapt other people's thoughts and things like that. And if you have more people around you that are like babying you, oh, that's the worst. Like, I did not like that when I was recovering. So the second time I had back surgery, I didn't allow a lot of people around me. I didn't go around a lot of people, because it was the first time it was, oh, well, I didn't invite you because, you know, you just had back surgery, or I didn't know, or, ooh, can you do this? How about you let me worry about my life? So continue to do exactly what you were doing. And then if it's something that I can't do or simply don't want to do, then I will let you know. But let me rule my life. Don't do it for me. Let me be regular. Keep treating me regular. I had enough in my life that changed overnight, and especially after a second back surgery and finding out how weak my spine was, I don't really need anything else to change. I need more of it to stay the same. You know, I need people around me that are going to treat me the same. I need people around me that's not going to treat me like a baby or some charity case. That's why most alpha people. 2, don't want somebody else around. Because y'all don't know how to act. Y'all be off that, oh, and we be off that, what is wrong with you? Are you okay? I got this from Alexa B. She fans herself just to get my, you know, since I don't wear lashes and I wear my own lashes, when I put on the mascara, I have to fan them so it dries and doesn't hit my makeup. And then I say, voila. Okay. So I like that. Okay, now I am going to get to the face. I can't see how long that was. My camera turned different today. So let's speed through the rest. Okay. Also, shout out to those people out there who are a support system, like on the front line with the person, like my aunt who is taking care of Nail Bell and there for her and her amazing little son. That little boy, I promise y'all, I think he was born in the stock exchange in New York or something. Like, he is so cute to me, and so, well, not cute. Somebody told me you don't call boys cute or something. He is so, like, distinguished. Like, he looks like he crosses his legs and reads the newspaper and talks to his grano, and they have conversations about things that are very interesting. He's a big boy. Okay, I prime my face. Okay. Shout out to people that are caretakers as well, because that's not easy. Y'all, I promise you it's not easy. It's really hard because, especially for a parent, a spouse, a child, anything like that, because you are closest to the person, and so you literally have to dang near put your emotions on hold and, you know, really be there for that person. And you probably get, you know, beat up the most, and you have to cry in the shower or in your car or at work, driving home, things like that. And you additionally, as a caretaker, put a lot of your life on hold as well, depending on what it is. Like, if you like to travel, you probably don't travel as much because you want to stay as close to that person as possible, and you kind of feel guilty if you out there living your best life and they're sick or something. But what I will tell you, because I've been a caretaker as well, is that it's okay. It's okay to take some time for yourself. Nobody, and I mean nobody, and it's hard because, like I said, with my back, there were days when I could be honest and nobody else knew. I didn't get out of bed. I just was like really upset. I was really frustrated, and I had a lot of questions for God because I could not understand why, you know, I was at the best health of my life. Things was coming together. I just graduated and got my master's. Oh, I love my job. I got back with Mark. Like, everything was falling into place, and then all of a sudden everything fell apart. So you get angry because you have so many questions. And before anybody who is Christian says anything, you can definitely ask God, because if you can't ask him questions and wonder why things are happening, then where are you supposed to get the answer from? You can absolutely ask him, and until you show me where it says don't do it, I'm going to keep doing it, because I know that yes, you can ask questions. Let me use 5. I used 5 right under my eye last time, and then the other color. Okay, so you have all these questions and things like that. And it's really difficult. But if you are, hold on one second, y'all. I usually use this. If you are going through something, if you are the caretaker, don't stop living your life. Don't. You might not do it as much, you know, you might not do it as much, but don't stop living your life, because you need to stay charged. You need to stay strong. You need those breaks. And as a caretaker, you especially need those breaks from us alpha people that start to go off about things, or don't want to get out of bed, or you know, we're depressed and in our Debbie Downer stage, because there's nothing you could do to make it go away at that point. You can be a support system to the person, but you need to stay charged up as well, so you can be strong for them. So I say, still travel, still do the things that you like to do. Even if you do it on a smaller scale, you still need to do those things, okay? So don't feel bad about continuing to live your life. And a person that you are a caretaker for would probably want you to continue to do it. They should want you to continue to do it. If you are someone who has a caretaker and you're listening to this, let them take a break, okay? Let them take a break too. And it's never technically going to be a good time for you as far as how you feel. But if you can get to your doctor's appointments, if you can, if you're okay, just let them take a break so they can recharge and come back and be good for you, okay? And if you're somebody who needs a break, please take that break. Even if you take a day and just go to the movies. I tell my employees, actually, all the time, that if they're like having a bad week or something like that, I'm like, that's why you have vacation. That's why you have sick days and all that other stuff. Take a mental health day. Take a mental health day. Get yourself back together. Take a minute. Do something that you like to do. And then get back to it. It'll be waiting for you. It'll be waiting for you. But you need that time. And I have seen Chanel's mom, my aunt, do a couple of little things, and her friends, to get her out and spend time with her and remind her that she is loved and that she is important, and that they recognize that this is her child and that she's, you know, needing support too. And so I really love that about the people around my aunt, and I thank them because she needs that support system. Younger people, you know, I've heard of, I dated this guy, the medical guy that I told you guys about. When he was in high school, his mom, I think, had a stroke. His mom had a stroke or something like that. I can't remember what it was. But she got sick to the point where she had to learn to walk again. And he was there to help her learn to walk again. But it was his senior year of high school. And so as a child, you know, that's a lot too. I just want to say shout out to all of the youth that are out there taking care of their parents or helping with the sick sibling or something like that. I think that you are amazing. I think that you need to take breaks too. So if you go to a football game or a dance or the movies with your friends, or just have your friends over, you know, it's really important It's really important because a lot of people are going through a lot of things, and I don't think that we take the time that we should to discuss what that looks like on every level. Um, Talking to kids about what's going on. Let me tell you. So I saw a picture, and Zayden was in the bed. It was so dope that he was in the bed there with her. Kids kind of know what's going on, so the best thing to do is to just be honest with them and let them see all of it. Acknowledge that it is going on and talk to them about it if they have any questions, and answer them age appropriate as best as you can, right? So that's the best that you can do. And I really love that about Chanel too. She's age appropriate, dope with him, although I don't know how she keeps track, because I promise you I'll be like, that boy act like he at least, and I'm being generous, about 50. He does. But yeah, dealing with things like that, there are a lot of kids that are dealing with things like that, and I'm just hoping and wondering that people stop to acknowledge that and talk to the kids about what's going on with their sibling or parent, so that you can deal with if they're having a bad day because he's seeing mom sick, and you know what, I just don't want to see mom sick today. I want to see mom good today. So, you know, are those conversations happening in the home? Are they being a part of the treatment? Because even when we are sick, time is still going, and that's time you can't get back. So utilize it to the best of your ability. Utilize it to the best of your ability. All you can do is tell the kiddos what's going on and hope that they understand, but at least have those conversations, because they're little people and they could see and they could feel. So have those conversations. Hold on. Sorry if y'all could hear the sirens. I stay right by one of the biggest prisons. So I hear the sound. Not too often, which is great. I stay by one of the biggest prisons, safest neighborhoods. Isn't that crazy? That's why we picked this neighborhood. Crazy how that works. Well, it seems crazy to me. Okay. So let's see. Yeah. Okay. So, Miss Chanel's birthday is today. And so, I hope that she did something amazing. I hope that she felt good enough to do something great for her birthday. Because, oh, that's a good one. Okay, you guys. So, when someone is dealing with something, a chronic illness, don't make them feel bad for canceling. Know that there are going to be times that they cancel and it is out of their control. They may not be feeling good that day. You just never know what it is. So don't take it personal and be like, well, I just saw them earlier and they were doing this, that, or the other. Don't do that, please. That's the worst. I think that got to me a lot too. I was like, you know, I've been there for everybody. If I'm not showing up, it's a reason. You know, I don't feel good. And I didn't not show up a lot. A lot of people didn't even know something was wrong because I didn't want to be like a charity case. I didn't want people acting different with me. So, yep, a lot of people didn't even know if something was going on with me until after. But yeah, don't make people feel bad because it's not their fault. You know, especially when it's somebody outgoing like a Chanel or really supportive and show up to everything like a Asia. Because if something changed, then it changed. Trust that that person would absolutely be there if they could, the same way that they've always been. But they just can't. And don't make them feel bad for it. And then call them and tell them, you know, that you had a nice time. Do exactly what you would have done had they been there. You know, do exactly what you would have done. But most importantly, don't make them feel bad, because that is totally not fair. It's so not fair. It's ridiculous. Somebody with a chronic issue, they feel bad enough, or a chronic medical condition, they feel bad enough. They don't need your help. They don't need your help because you don't think that, you know, somebody who's dealing with something, I'll use myself because I don't know what Chanel feels like, but you don't think that somebody who, like me, loves to travel and things like that wouldn't want to get on a plane every time I can. I have to think about the distance of that plane trip. The distance of the plane trip, what we're going to be doing when we get there. Like, our day is different. Let me give you an example. Okay. Going to the grocery store. When you have a chronic issue, going to the grocery store is a struggle because you are thinking, gosh, I hope I don't, you know, go in there and get tired. I hope nothing happens. Okay, let me take my medication so I could just go in and come right out. Now I'm going to do blush and highlighter. Let me just go in real quick. Okay, I'm gonna just go get this real quick. You map it all out. You map out your whole trip. Okay, please don't let it be a lot of people in the line. Let me just go in and get on out of here. Okay, this is what you're thinking. Now you just did all your shopping. You ready to go. Woo! Okay, I made it through. Nobody hit me with their basket. Because my bad. Nobody hit me with their basket. I got a pretty cool parking spot, so I didn't have to walk a lot. Okay, all right, I made it. Go up to the front. Is 3 people in line. You like, oh, cool, it's only 3 people in line. All of a sudden, you feel a sharp pain go up your back. Now you can't breathe. Now you're nervous and you're panicking because you're thinking, oh gosh, is something wrong, like it, you know, last time this happened, or, oh wait, let me get out of here. Let me get out of here because this means, okay, this means that, or shoot, my legs don't feel the same. I just got to get out of here. I just gotta get out of here, right? So you leave your basket. Now you just spend all that time shopping. You leave your basket. You get to your car. You'll probably have a little bit of a breakdown because you're wondering why you couldn't just make it through the store. Why can't you be like everybody else? Why can't you be like you just were? You know, you can't wait till things get back to normal. Oh, but wait, this is my new normal. I just have to adjust. Okay, should I wait here or should I go back in the store? Or should I, you know, wait so I could go back in the store after it cools down? Let me just try to take this pill. They said this pill is for nerves. Okay, I'm going to wait here and then I'm going to see how it goes. Okay, it didn't go away. Let me just go home. That's what some of my days look like. That's what some of my days look like. And it's nothing I could do about it. Nothing. Okay, so like I said, just because somebody looks fine doesn't mean that they are. Just because you saw them earlier doesn't mean that they're still good. What kind of lip should I do for Chanel? I really like the way my eyes turned out. I think I went faster too this time. Let me just do, oh, bear. Let's do bear for my Chanel belle. So I'm going to do bear, and then I'm going to put a little bit of color on the inside, like a bronze color. This is bear, right? Okay. Yeah, so don't get on somebody's case if they said that they are going to come and then all of a sudden they can't. Depending on what it is, expect late cancellation sometimes. So if it is something that has a cost, let them know, because I know that when I invite it to certain things, if it has a cost and my back hasn't been acting right that day, I'm still going to pay, because this is my issue that I have to deal with. I'm not trying to be a burden to anybody else. So I'm still going to pay for it. I'll give the ticket away, give that seat away, whatever it is. But what I don't want to hear is that I ruined somebody's trip or their experience or whatever, because we've been dealing with this, my back, for some years. So I didn't ruin anything. You should have knew, you know, when you invited me, that something like this could happen. And so you also know that I'm not going to stick you with it. I'm going to take care of it. But just don't make the person feel bad. They feel bad enough. They feel bad enough. And if it's not a situation that you feel comfortable with having them at like a wedding. I had people at my wedding that didn't come because they got sick that day. My best friend that passed away, she didn't make it to my anniversary party. I didn't tell her you owe me $100 for that plate. I already knew she had, you know, been not feeling well. So I knew it was a possibility that she might not come. It's okay. It's okay, because guess what? My job is to be a support system to her, right? So that is what I did. But don't make people feel bad if they can't make it to things, because let's just be 100. If you in the house all the time, you don't want to be stuck in the house. That person wanted to be there. They just couldn't. Okay? They just couldn't. So don't make them feel bad. And that is it. So if you are out there, you are in my family, and nobody has told me anything. I'm just talking from the knowledge of knowing what it's like to adjust to something that is chronic or long-term. If you are out there and you want to see Nail Bell, she's talking more now, you know, and out it looks like she's had the time she's needed to adjust a little bit. Still go with how she feels, but reach out to her, offer her to go to lunch, offer her to come over and cook, to just come over and spend some time with her, but just do that. And then when you go, don't walk in the door, oh, just be like, girl, what's cracking? We know how she is. Whew, my cousin is a whole handful. She is so animated, and I love it. But just walk in regular. Just be regular. Take 1,000,000 selfies. Do something you would normally do, or something she would normally do. If you are dealing with somebody or a caretaker for somebody or something like that, and they're going through something, just be there for them. because I'm telling you, what they need most is to feel normal. I think the second surgery I had was worse than the first surgery. The nerve damage, it was so bad. My husband had to like help me with everything because I could just be walking and instantly like hit the floor, and it's because of the nerves in my back. That is the time I did not want anybody around. I just didn't. But I appreciated people that called and treated me the same. Like, you know, you don't visit people all the time when you're busy. You just call them. So my people would call, and I really appreciated those people that called and just talked to me like regular. I appreciated that. It helped me feel normal again. So it's almost like it helped me heal better. So treat people normal, or however they need to be treated. If they just need to be held when they cry, just hold them when they cry. And then 2 seconds later, if y'all laughing at a movie, laugh at, like, switch when they switch. Just really prepare yourself when you walk into their space or when you call them to be whatever they need you to be. Try not to ask a lot of questions, because that's making them relive it over and over. Text them first. Like, if you are somebody, because I have people that still don't know like the extent of what my back is like. But for some, when they had questions, because they figured out like, wait, you're still not doing this or you're still not doing that, they just text me like, hey, you know, I have some questions. How is the healing process going? And then it allowed me to be ready that the next time I talk to them, okay, I need to, you know, let them know what's going on. I need to give them more information, because even as the person that is going through it, you still know that because people love you, that they need to know something. You know, they need to know something. But texting them first, wonderful world of text, gives them an opportunity to get prepared for the questions that people may have. And then, you know, they could reach out when they're ready to answer those questions. So this is my look for today. Of course, I'm wearing pearls because for me, it's Founders Day. Obviously, Founders Day was on 1/13 for Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. However, I'm so extra when it comes to celebrating. So I'm celebrating the whole month. I just went and bought some red boots, and they are fire. Oh, I can't wait to wear them. My feet gonna be hurting, but I'm gonna wear them. So, what was I even saying, honey? I done got on them boots and just lost it. I love shoes. Yeah, just treat people like normal. Just be what they need you to be. This is my look, and I was talking about my pearl earrings because I'm still celebrating. So every day I'm going to have on something because I love it. I do. And I like doing yellow looks. That was kind of cool. I didn't know how yellow would look on me. But I like it, so I'll probably do some more brown looks for my nail veil because this is also our birthday month. And yeah, that's it. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you for all of you who have subscribed. Please share my videos. Make sure that you give any suggestions that you have. I told you guys I have a book full of them, so after this month I will start on some of them. And then that is it. So goodbye, butterfly, goodbye. Goodbye, butterfly, goodbye. Goodbye. Love you, Chanel. Happy birthday, boo.